As much as you hate doom scrolling, as much as the content you watch makes you unhappy, as much as it leaves you unsatisfied, as much as you go to bed every night realizing that you've wasted another day of your life not creating anything because you spent 4 hours staring at your phone, as much as you hate all that, as much as you want out of it, there's a part of you that loves that stuff. We live in a world that desperately wants you to consume. Well, technically it wants to consume you in order to produce liquid fertilizer because you are high in nitrogen. Average daily cell phone use is like 4 hours a day. Apps like YouTube and young people YouTube are developing ever stronger algorithms to wrench more of your time away from you. The world is becoming filled with slack-jawed, blank-gazed consumers, and fewer people are expending the effort to create. But fear not, for this video aims to help you get off the consumer treadmill and become a creator. And yes, I am aware of the irony of making a piece of content in order to help you consume less content, but remember to subscribe. This will obviously be geared towards writers, but I think this can work for most any sort of creative endeavor. All right, the first and most important piece of advice, recognize that this is an internal, not an external problem. When trying to fix this consumption problem, there's a lot of talk about external things. Turn your phone to grayscale, use those app timer things, do a 30-minute cold plunge with the water at 240 degrees every morning. Take this guanana nog supplement every morning. It'll fix your dopamine or whatever. I don't know about you, but I am so tired of hearing about dopamine and serotonin and all this other neurobiology stuff that is plastered all over the internet that no one actually knows anything about and is not qualified to understand. If you are stuck in the consumption black hole and want to get out of it, there's only one person who can do that. There's not a video, there's not a supplement, there's not a morning routine, there's not some light therapy thing that you sit under, there's not some little trick that will instantly reprogram you. If you want to become a creator, if you want to not be someone who wastes most of their life staring at your phone, it's going to be hard. It's going to take a long time. It will be the most difficult thing you ever do. You will make real, painful sacrifices. The only way to do it is to accept the fact that it sucks. Nothing will make it easier. Anyone who tells you they can make it easier is lying through their likely heavily sponsored teeth. Next piece of advice, be deliberate about how you plan your day. Remember the old saying, if you want to have time, you have to make time. Having a plan for how you want to spend your day is the only way to ensure you end up with time dedicated to creating. I think where a lot of people mess up here is they don't think critically about how they want to be spending their day, and so their day just kind of fills up with random stuff that probably isn't what they want to be doing in the long term. This does not mean having every single minute of your day planned out, though I think having specific blocks for important tasks like writing is a good thing to do. It's more about the attitude that you approach your time with than anything else. Ask yourself things like, what do I want to have gotten done today? What can I complete that sets me up for success tomorrow? And just be aware of what sort of things will suck up your time. You don't need to spend 16 hours a day creating to make a difference in your life. If you spend 30 minutes a day just consistently working on something creative, you will be miles ahead of most people. And you can carve out some of that time if you're more deliberate, if you have a little bit of a plan, if you have a little bit of a strategy for how you're planning your time. Just pausing for a moment and thinking through your day can clear a lot of your schedule. You are less likely to spend 3 hours doom scrolling if you have a plan or a goal for what you want to accomplish in those 3 hours. When you get sucked into the infinite black hole of consuming content, it's usually an unconscious thing, and the way to prevent that is to be more conscientious about how you're planning and how you want to be spending your time. Next piece of advice, recognize that creating is about the creator and not the creation. I started this channel roughly 5 years ago, which I think means it's almost time for an anniversary retrospective. In the first year, I produced roughly 1 video a week pretty consistently. And at the 1-year anniversary of the channel, it had exactly 10 subscribers. So yes, that's less than 1 subscriber gained a month. And I think I went like 3 or 4 months without any subscribers at all. Now you could look at that time and say that it was a waste. that the effort I put into creating the videos that were posted on the channel in that time was wasted because nobody consumed what I was creating. But that ignores the other benefits that come from creating something. I think it's fairly common for people to avoid creating because there's this belief that you need someone consuming whatever it is you create. And while there is a benefit to that, it's not really the point. People get really hung up on things like no one is going to read the novel that I write, nobody is going to look at the painting I produce, nobody is going to watch the videos I post on whatever. And I think that's missing a major facet of why creating is so beneficial in the first place. Engaging in some creative work, whatever it is, and I use the term creative here to mean creating something in a literal sense, so it can be anything, not just stuff that's considered creative. Anyway, engaging in creative work provides benefits beyond just the product that you produce. What you learn and the person you turn into when you put the effort into what you're creating, that's what's really important. That intrinsic benefit sometimes gets ignored. Actually, most of the time it gets ignored. The process and what you become out of the process is where the magic happens. The product of that process is not really the main point. Well, except for the process of you becoming liquid fertilizer. In that case, the product is kind of the main point. The process is just an extra expense that we have to go through. But I digress. If you shift your focus away from trying to achieve something, trying to create something specific in your creative process, which sounds kind of weird because it's literally called the creative process. But if you instead focus on the skills you're developing, whether those are habits or things related to the craft that you're practicing, that's where the benefit comes in. Think about your creative time, the time you spend creating, as working to improve you, not working to produce something. And the next piece of advice to create more and consume less: recognize the trade-offs associated with creating more and consuming less. Adding something to your life inevitably means taking something away from it. You have a finite amount of time and energy. You have time to do anything, but not time to do everything. I've made trade-offs in the pursuit of creative projects that would upset a lot of people. I probably socialize less, I go on less vacations, I'm probably in a less financially stable situation because of the decisions I've made to devote more of my time and energy to these things. Overconsumption at the expense of creation really boils down to how you value your time. If you want to write a novel this year, it probably means not watching every single new TV series that everyone is talking about, or not seeing every new movie that everyone is talking about. It probably means you won't have as much time to travel. It probably means you won't be able to stay out drinking until the middle of the night every weekend. A lot of people, when they think about creating more, they think about the new things they need to start doing, but they don't really think about the things that they need to stop doing or the things that they're going to be able to do less of. I'm writing this script on a Saturday morning, and I will be filming this video probably around the same time on Sunday morning. Wait, no, I was writing this script on Saturday and I am filming it on Sunday. You know what I mean. Now, there's a lot of other things that I could have done with my weekend mornings. I could have gone to brunch or the farmer's market or whatever people do on weekend mornings. I've been doing this channel for too long to even remember what those things are. My main point here is that putting effort into creating means not putting effort into something else. It means trading what you're doing for something else. Part of what keeps people stuck on the consumer treadmill is not wanting to give up what walking on that treadmill gives them. As much as you hate doom scrolling, as much as the content you watch makes you unhappy, as much as it leaves you unsatisfied, as much as you go to bed every night realizing that you've wasted another day of your life not creating anything because you spent 4 hours staring at your phone, as much as you hate all that, as much as you want out of it, there's a part of you that loves that stuff. There's a part of you that really, really wants to continue doing that. There's a part of you that's not willing to make the trade-off. That's what you need to confront. This gets into a whole bunch of other things that we probably don't have time to talk about. Consuming generally results in instant gratification, whereas creating, the gratification is much further down the road, if it ever comes at all. So it's a much more difficult thing to get your mind behind. But this is something that you have to figure out. This is something that you have to confront. Speaking of not the front of things, because we're at the end of this video, this is the end of the video. There you have it. Thanks for watching to the end. If you're not one of the people who immediately stopped watching content to go create something, which was kind of the point of this video, so I guess if you didn't watch to the end, that's actually a good thing. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you think about this in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Maybe again, because this video was about not watching content. Anyway, bye.